What's up, my friends? It's been a minute since I posted on YouTube. I figured I would just talk a little bit about my new CDL job. So I am here in front of the trolley. I'm here at Old Town Trolleys. This was a job that I wanted, and luckily I got it. I'm still in training, but I thought I would go over a little bit about the training process and what it's like. So this is my first CDL job. I got my Class A CDL back in August, and then my third daughter was born. And what happened is that I didn't want to go OTR because I didn't want to be away from my family. But at the same time, that was pretty much the only CDL job that I could get because it seemed like I needed experience to have a local job. But nonetheless, I kept looking. I looked on Indeed and I saw this tour guide / trolley bus driver position. So I applied and I went through an interview process. I was hired and I've been going through my training. Now it's been paid training, so I've been getting $22 an hour, which is good. And I started with 2 weeks of driving training. And all I had was some tractor trailer experience. Well, after that, I got my passenger endorsement with the school bus. And then I got on this thing, and this thing is really tall. So normally, even the tractor trailers were a little bit shorter than this vehicle. This is 13 feet. I think this one is 13 feet 4 inches. Some of them are 13 feet 6 inches. And the first thing I noticed is that being up so high, actually, as long as you're not taking turns fast, which wouldn't be smart, it's actually a little bit safer because looking out the rear view mirrors, obviously we're not using cameras, you have a bigger view. So I really like that. I like how much I'm able to see, how clear I'm able to see as I'm looking out my rear view mirrors. So that's the height of the trolley. My first 2 weeks were, like I said, driving training. And I was kind of, just making sure that I'm mentally sharp and mentally prepared. I had a great driver trainer who took a lot of attention to small details, making sure that I was doing opposites. So pretty much when I'm turning left, to hug a little bit on the right side of the lane, and when I'm turning right, to hug a little bit on the left side of the lane. It took a while getting used to the accuracy on all of my turns, but I really like that element of it. It's just kind of being very, very intentional and developing the skill on making the turns. The other thing is that, when you're driving a car, you can just tell where you are in your lane. You never give it that much thought. But in the trolley, actually, a lot of times I'm getting used to seeing where I am by using the rear view mirrors. So another thing, like as a new driver, it's just getting used to, moving the head, moving the eyes, constantly checking the rear view mirrors. I'm also driving in DC, so I'm always looking for pedestrians, bike riders, and everything like that. Then my driving training went good. I got signed off, and it's just about, looking ahead, scanning your environment, and then looking in the rearview mirrors and constantly being able to dart your eyes. One thing I recommend is having the mental fuel, because it actually can be very tiring to constantly have to use your eyes, have to use your vision, and have to prepare. So, I'm doing meditations and I'm doing exercise, as well as eating healthy food, making sure I'm properly hydrated, making sure I get a good night's rest. Those are the basics, so that when I come into work, especially for my driving training, I feel like I'm always prepared. I feel physically and mentally sharp, and I'm ready to have a good day of driving training. After 2 weeks, I got done with my driving training, and I've been on my script training. And that's pretty much, I have 150 talking points. I'm learning about history all throughout Washington, D.C. I find it very interesting. I was never a history buff before this job, but I've really learned a lot, and I've been picking up a lot about American history. So now I'm kind of combining driving and talking, which is a skill set in itself. But that's coming along, and I'm going to be testing out soon. And once I test out in 2 weeks, I'll post an update. But once I get tested out for day tours and night tours, I'll be getting my $2,000 sign-on bonus, which is the first installment. I get another $2,000 installment, I think, after 12 months of employment. And I also get a $2 an hour raise, so it goes from $22 an hour to $24. But once I start doing tours, this tour is hop on, hop off. and some people will tip. So I'm hearing my coworkers, the day tours, tip a little bit less because it's hop on, hop off. So some people get them home with maybe $70, maybe $50. I know I'm going to do good and be personable with people, so I'm looking forward to collecting the tip money, seeing how that adds up. But I thought I would give you guys a little insight on what it's like for me so far training at this new job. And I know a lot of people with CDLs might also have kids, and sometimes I feel like people with CDLs are just looking at, tractor trailer, long haul driving, or if you're doing, garbage trucks, or if you're doing school bus driving and what have you. I feel like this is kind of like an opportunity that's out there. There are a lot of tour companies that you might be able to get on with, and to me this is a great first entry into the CDL job, and it's a very fun job. And a lot of times there's breaks in between. I know a lot of my coworkers, when they go out, we'll do our tour. It's an hour and a half ride. Sometimes the most you'll do that is 3 times a day. And so a lot of times people are doing it twice a day, and then there's a lot of opportunities to get paid for updating your script, for doing research and development, so you can provide a better experience for the people who are coming. So this is really part of the experience industry, part of the tourist industry. It's definitely booming. I know that after lockdowns, everyone does want to get out. So there's a lot of companies out there, and it's something to definitely look into. My experience has been positive so far. So as I keep progressing here, I'll keep you guys updated. And peace. I'll see you next video. Let's look at the trolley a little bit.